start you off with what do you think Alabama's offensive identity is?
Where do I start? It starts in the running game, and they've got the best collection of backs in the country, and do a great job of in a variety of ways getting them the ball, and both in space and in between the tackles. Do a great job at using the quarterback, moving his launch point, and using him in the run game. And he does a great job being able to improvise and extend plays. And then they've got terrific players to take the top off your defense, off of all their play actions. And so they do a very nice job of complementing the run and the pass, together.
Is it easier or to prepare for a team that's identity is it's Derrick Henry is 80% of it or 70% of it, or if it's Baker Mayfield who's everything's built around what kind of one guy does. Is it more difficult that Alabama doesn't seem to feature?
Well, sure. Obviously, I think some things are going to. This is what we do, and if you're in, you're required to do it. And then, I think each one probably brings a little bit something different to the table. But yeah, I mean, they are able to stay fresh. As much as anything, it's their ability to physically impose, their will on people. And they've got terrific players, very highly recruited players at every single position in that huddle. And so even when everything is right, the margin for error is very little, fundamentally, athletically, physically. And, when they're able to keep guys fresh, at the skill position when they're featuring the running backs, it can be it's a great challenge. And as we know, they, I think they established the run game early. Last year we got settled down and got a little bit better. Losing Henry was a big deal for him. And but as we thought a year ago, 34 is a great player as well. And I think this year has proven that. So they got home run hitters, man. Outside and in that backfield, and then the quarterback. On the first few plays of the game against one of their early opponents, I mean, second play of the game, he's flipping the field, and 60 yards later it's a touchdown, and that's what they do. Some option principles in some ways, and but do a great job of getting their best players the football on the perimeter in space against maybe smaller cover type guys as well, and force everybody to get involved. You're not going to hide against these boys. They're not, well, I'm going to cover my guy over here. They're smarter than that. And so if you have some deficiencies, they'll expose you in a minute.
How is Brian's stand on this offense being different than Laney's?
Oh, I always look at each game just as kind of a season in life of its own. I don't really look at trying to compare and contrast and just what they do different. I look at players and what they do best, how they feature them, and don't really try to even compare. But they got great backs again. They got really good receivers. They're doing a very good job of establishing the line of scrimmage, utilize the screen game, the boot game, the play action, and again get some one-on-one opportunities outside and over the top. So those are all similarities, and some of the play designs the same, and some of it's a little bit different. And they got back here. I think for the most part all year they were the #1 team in the country and destroying everybody. So what they've done is very effective. The coaches changed, but the players keep doing the same stuff, and scoring a lot of points and moving the ball both in the run and pass game. So.
Do you feel like this defense has kind of taken on the personality of the defensive line, and the team really is kind of taking on that whole personality?
Well, I think that's where our most experience was coming back, and it's a group that's probably got our best collection as a position group, our best collection of leaders. They kind of set the tempo in regards to our work ethic our attitude. They bring a lot of energy. They like to practice. They like weight room. They like it all. And it's not a group of guys that you got to pull any teeth to get ready to prepare and work, whether we're playing Citadel, Auburn or Alabama. It doesn't matter. Our guys like to play the game. So I do think that that's a group that, you want them to get off the bus first. And they've been very productive too. And it's a disruptive group that has had another strong year. And it's not a group that's really concerned with reading their press clippings and things of that nature. It's a very humble, hardworking, tough-minded, group of guys that are selfless in everything that they do in their leadership.
Were you surprised at all in coming into this year how humble and selfless that front line remained, knowing that they were all kind of battling for publicity, draft status, that type of thing?
I'm not surprised. We addressed it all the way back in the summer when everybody wanted to anoint the defense or them as the best ever. And who's to say who's who and what's what? I'm one to say, we haven't done anything yet. This book is far from, being finished, and I'm despise putting the cart before the horse. And this has been a group that has been easy to coach because of their humility. And there's just a very grounded group of young men that all come from good mamas. And I say that sincerely. That's why they are who they are. And but I'm not surprised though that they've remained humble. No, not at all. And I think that also that's what our program is, and that's something that Coach Sweeney nourishes and demands, and there'll be no entitlement in this program. And they kind of lead the way.
Talk about being the best ever. I know that the guys were really open. They wanted to be better than that 2014 defense. What do you feel like they are?
I'm not really concerned with comparing them. It's been a fun group to coach, and that was a terrific group, because as much as anything, they competed and finished everything. And we still have more in front of us. But this has been a group that it's been fun to watch, because despite injuries, despite lack of depth, despite some lack of experience at some spots, you've really kind of seen them, for the most part, get better as the year has gone on. And those are the funnest groups to coach, and it doesn't happen every year. And but the best units, the best players that you've been around, that's something that's a quality that they all have. They just keep getting better and keep their nose down, know how to work. And this group possesses that.
How much is Dabo a guy that says you coach the defense and do what you want, and how much is he a guy that says you coach the defense within these parameters and do it the way I want?
Well, I mean, there's certain standards that are uncompromising, and but he gives you a great deal of autonomy. He's a great to work for. First, he believes in you, and we all need structure. We need a little bit of help staying in our lane here and there. And he does a great job from just a balance standpoint of knowing what we're doing. Doesn't ask a whole lot of other questions. If something's wrong, whether it's personnel or scheme, he's going to make sure that you're checking your oil, and which any great CEO and head coach is going to do and should do. But he gives us a lot of autonomy and a great deal of trust. But you earn that over time. And But we all, like I said, we all need structure. You don't want too much autonomy, and so he does a great job. He's easy to work for.
How much do you anticipate Alabama adding offensively from the end of the season until now? How much of your
there'll always be wrinkles. There's differences. A year ago, you prepare whatever it was 6 days, thinking that you're getting ready for Lane Kiffin's offense, and then Sarkisian comes in. He's got his own DNA. Well, we don't know what that DNA is. So there was a few wrinkles, and again, how he's going to call a game, you don't have any feel for that. When you have 3 weeks of preparation, just like from one season to the next, you always look at, okay, what are we good at, what do we need to improve at, and what can be good for us, and then they're looking at us, with a microscope. What has Clemson struggled with, and scheme, formation, motion, things of that nature, and they'll incorporate it in their own way. So they'll, just like any other game, there's going to be some wrinkles.